Hello, my name is Rory Harrington and I work in communications at EFSA. Today, I'm going to talk about our work in risk communications. EFSA provides independent scientific advice on risks associated with the food chain. This advice helps public authorities across the EU protect consumers, animals, and the environment. So what's the role of communications in this? The aim of risk communications is to explain EFSA's work in a clear and simple way, to provide information so people can make informed decisions about whether a risk is acceptable or not, or whether they need to take action to prevent or reduce a risk. It's about bridging the gap between science and the consumer. This is important because scientific experts and the public have very different ways of assessing risk and different perceptions of risk. Therefore, the information they need is often very different. So what does this mean? Well, scientists decide whether something is a risk or not by carrying out a very structured assessment process. It involves analysing large amounts of data to draw science-based conclusions on risks that can be applied generally. On the other hand, we, as consumers, rely heavily on perception. And often we are concerned about what does this risk mean for me, or what does it mean for vulnerable groups like babies, infants, or pregnant women? Now, for EFSA, it's very important to understand how consumers perceive risks associated with food. So, with that in mind, let's look at this map. Now, this is a map of top consumer concerns related to food, based on Europe-wide research by Eurobarometer. It shows that consumers tend to be more worried about chemical rather than biological risks. Now, for example, we see that consumers in 12 member states, marked here in blue, are most concerned about pesticides in foods, whereas consumers in only 3 member states, represented here in red, rank food poisoning or foodborne diseases as a major risk. Concern about the welfare of farmed animals is highlighted more in the north of Europe, in the UK, Finland, and Sweden, while technologies such as GMOs are the main concern in Austria, for instance. So what does this mean for EFSA's risk communications? With such diversity, it's not possible for EFSA to put out one single message and expect to be understood by over 500 million European consumers. Therefore, working closely with our partners in member states, with the national food safety agencies, is crucial, so that when EFSA puts out a message, they can relay that information in a way that is understandable to their consumers. Providing clear, timely and targeted information is an important way in which EFSA helps to improve the safety of food in Europe. Thank you very much.